Good afternoon, everyone. This is Pam from the Twin Diggers. I did not have time last weekend to post videos of the 4 sites that I did water metal detecting in up north. And today is Saturday. It's a beautiful day here, so I thought I'd set up my table in my yard and create this video and let you know what I found. So this particular property that I was metal detecting in front of, there are 3 families that have cabins right next to each other, and I'm calling them the K cabin, and it's the first cabin on the property. And so this is part 2 because I did the K cabin a week or so ago. I found a lot of interesting things, a lot of metal, sharp objects, glass, things that were in the water. It appears that there is or was some kind of a dump on the property at one time. I've been told that all of these properties that line up were once a old cabin resort, and so I'm assuming that they probably had some kind of a burn or dump garbage pile. All of these items have been washing up in the water, and it's just very interesting, the age on some of these things. So I just wanted to show you what I have here, and some of it I'm pretty excited about. So I'm going to start over here, and it's a little bit windy here, so I have things kind of held down with some weights. I thought this at first was maybe some kind of a gunshot shell, but it is not. It is brass, and I'm not real sure what it went to. So that really set off my metal detector. And then I found an old steel can, probably a larger can. I've been finding a lot of these steel sharp objects in this particular area. And then I also found an old steel, probably can, the top of a can. I found this brass. It looks like maybe it went around something. I'm not sure. Apparently maybe it was, had a nail in it, or it went to a piece of wood. So I got that out. And then with all of this pottery, this was really interesting. I've been back to this site several times, and the pottery just keeps washing up and washing up. And it wasn't, too buried in the sand. There were little pieces hanging out. And so I just kept going and investigating them, and sure enough, there's more pottery and all different kinds than what I found before. This appears like it's gone to maybe some kind of a statue or something, and this as well. And then, not sure what this is, what it would have went to. The pottery pieces are different, so this appears like it's from some kind of a crock. And then you can tell that some of them are, again, from a statue. It has some kind of like an impressed kind of design in it, like here. This looks like some kind of a thin white china, and this seems to match it. And so I don't know if it's a little bowl or cup or anything like that. This I've seen before in antique stores. It's usually little crocks, and they have these kind of like ribbed designs in it. So that one's pretty old. And then I'm assuming that these are either plates or cups. It has the old crackling in it with the glaze on it. So that was kind of neat. Then I found over here, I'll go over here, some type of, the old coating, or like decking or something, maybe on a deck or a boat or something. So I found that. I always find these. These are the grommets to the tarps. And then again, I always find these old pull pop tops, pull tabs, and the aluminum ones. This is a piece of burned aluminum, probably in a fire pit, I'm assuming, where most of this maybe was at some point. The gun shells I always find way out in the water, so I found 2 brass ones, and I love these. I save these. This one in particular is very interesting. It's extremely thick and heavy at the bottom, and I've never found one of these before. So my next door neighbor, Dave, he is really good with the guns and ammo. I asked him if he could help me to try to figure out what this is. And he said that it says RWA Company, which is a Winchester repeater. It's heavy brass on the bottom. And on the bottom it's impressed with 40-65. He said the caliber is 40, and the 65 means that is how many black powder grains are inside of it. So I looked it up on the internet, and this particular bullet was manufactured from 1879 to 1935. So who knows how old it could really be. This would have been a little bit longer on the top from what the picture that I looked at on the internet. So that was really cool. I love finding stuff like that. I also found more evidence of ball mason jar lids. This is zinc. I find these quite a bit. And then not too far from that again, these white milk glass pieces were washed up in the sand all over, and so that's what kind of indicates to me that there is a dump. Found these two old nails. I'm assuming they probably went to some kind of old docks back then. These weren't too far down. And then over here, this is kind of interesting. This is unbelievable. Obviously, it's an old flask. It says on the bottom half pint. But can you imagine stepping on this thing? I only just a little teeny bit of it, probably about like this, was showing the sun was shining, and I saw something, reflecting. I was amazed when I lifted that corner up and this whole piece came out. So that is kind of scary. I also found some kind of an old iron spring. So that is out of the earth. And this, at first I thought it was glass. It's plastic. I've seen these before, and these are old containers, not, older, that I think fish bait or something came in them. I'm not sure. But, so I found that it's really thick and heavy. So that's why I'm thinking it's a little bit older. It's not new and thin like most of the stuff that you find today that's recyclable. And the other indication is there's no recyclable imprint on it. So I think that this was buried in the sand for quite a while. Then again, I came across more glass. And the glass, again, some of it or most of it was buried and it was shining in the sun. And the one that I was really excited about was to find this. I can't read a whole lot of it. It says it MFG Company, but in the middle it says Chicago and New York. It's extremely thick. And this is called manganese glass. And manganese was put in glass when they were, blown. And the manganese dating of when it was used in glass, it was from 1880 to 1910. So this bottle is, whatever this was, is somewhere in that range. What happens is over the years, when the manganese is exposed to sun, it turns this purple amethyst. And so at some point, this was maybe in the sun all the time, but when I found it, just a little bit was showing. So this has obviously been in the water for a very long time. I found this piece. It appears that it was probably in a burn pile. It's twisted and melted. A lot of sharp points on that too. This one also is old. You can tell it was maybe in a burn pile. It's a little twisted. It's very thick. And I don't know what that could have been. And then I just found some other pieces of glass. This one is pretty thick. And this amber bottle, obviously it was some kind of a square bottle. Don't know if it was maybe like medicine or what it was. And this one is really interesting. I can't find anything on it. I'm going to kind of go in there so you can see it. It looks like it says Vert, V-E-R-T. The decoration on it is really cool, the embossing. And I have no idea what this amber piece is. So if any of you know out there what that may be, or what maybe this went to, this big piece of the manganese bottle, that would be awesome. So with that, I just wanted to show you everything that I found. And it is amazing what is in our lakes and streams. And of course, we all know that back then, things were dumped by rivers and lakes. Just because if something caught on fire, the water was there to put them out. So again, all of this was removed from the earth. And I am really thankful because I know that there are a lot of children in this area. And it just really humbles me that I can get all of these unsafe things out of there. So, and again, who knows, when I go back next spring, I bet you I'm going to find a whole lot more that's going to be coming washed up, especially with the glass and the Padre. So thanks for tagging along. Have a great day.